Hello, my darling. Come close now. Snuggle in, nice and warm, just like when you were little. Granny has something to tell you tonight, something I've never shared with anyone before. This is our quiet moment, just the two of us, wrapped in hushes and heartbeats, with the world fading away outside. You see, my dear, there's a secret I've kept locked away for 40 years. A quiet truth that's lived in the corners of my memory, wrapped up in gentle shame and silent understanding. But I think it's time to let it breathe. And I want you to be the first to hear it. When I was much younger, about your age now, I was a very different woman. I wore my hair long and pinned it up with flowers sometimes. I believed the world was kind, and I trusted easily. That's not a bad thing, darling. Never stop being kind or trusting. But know that not everyone sees the world with the same softness you do. I met a man, not your grandfather, not the wonderful man you've heard so many stories about, but someone before him. His name was Henry. Oh, he had a smile that could melt winter and eyes that always seemed to know more than they let on. He was a poet, or at least he fancied himself one. He used to write me little notes on napkins, on old receipts, even on leaves, silly little verses, but they made me feel like the most special girl in the world. We were young, reckless, and very much in love, or so I thought. I let myself be swept away. We used to sit in coffee shops for hours just talking, or sometimes not talking at all, just holding hands under the table while jazz music filled the air. Those were sweet days, honey, sweet and fleeting. But love, my little one, is not always enough. Henry was troubled in ways I couldn't understand at the time. He had dreams that kept him up at night and restlessness in his bones. He talked about leaving, always leaving. Said the town was too small, that he couldn't breathe unless he was moving. And one day, he did, just like that. He left a note, just a few lines, no poetry this time. Said he had to go find himself. Promised he'd write, but weeks passed, then months, and the letters never came. I waited. Every single day, I waited by the mailbox like a fool in love. I told no one. Not a soul. I was too proud, too heartbroken, and maybe a little ashamed. I never told my parents. I didn't even tell my best friend. But that's not the secret, my dear. The secret is this. Shortly after Henry left, I found out I was expecting. I was going to have a baby, and I made a decision that still echoes in my heart today. I didn't keep the baby. Back then, things were different, much harder. There was no support, no understanding. A young, unmarried girl in my condition. Well, people could be cruel. I went to a home for girls in trouble. Quiet place, out in the country. They didn't ask many questions, and I was too broken to give any answers. I stayed there until the child was born, a little girl. I never held her, darling. They didn't allow it. I saw her just once, wrapped in a soft pink blanket, and then she was gone. Adopted, they said, given to a family who could offer her more than I ever could. I came back home and told no one, not even your grandfather. When he and I met later on, I was a different woman, quieter, older in my soul. He never asked about my past, and I never volunteered. But every year, on the same day, I light a candle. I say a prayer, and I imagine a girl somewhere out there, growing up, maybe looking a little like me, or perhaps a lot like Henry. I wonder if she's happy, if she knows how deeply she was loved, even before she was born. That, my darling, is the secret I've held in my heart for 40 years. And I'm telling you now, because I want you to understand something very important. Life is not always neat and tidy. We make choices. Some we are proud of, others we learn from. But no matter what, we carry them with us. And that's okay. Our past shapes us, but it doesn't define us. You can be broken and still become something beautiful. I never stopped loving that child, and I never stopped wondering, but I also found peace and forgiveness, especially for myself. That's something you must learn too, my love. How to forgive yourself. You'll make mistakes. You'll take paths that twist and turn, but keep your heart open, always, even when it hurts. Now, I'm not saying you should rush into anything or trust people blindly. You must protect your heart, yes, but don't harden it. Let love in when it comes, and let it teach you, even if it doesn't last forever. You might be thinking, Granny, why didn't you try to find her? And I've asked myself that too, many times. The truth is, I didn't want to disrupt her life. I didn't want to be a shadow from the past that complicated her joy. I chose to let her be free of my burdens, even if it meant carrying them alone. But now that I've shared this with you, it feels a little lighter. You always help me feel lighter, sweet one, just by listening, just by being here. So promise me this. If you ever feel like you're carrying something too heavy, tell someone. It doesn't have to be the whole world. It just has to be someone who loves you. Secrets can feel like stones in your pockets, dragging you down, keeping you from swimming free. I kept mine for 40 years, and tonight, I finally let it drift away. Thank you for listening, for holding space for me. You're such a gift, my child. Never forget that. Now close your eyes. Let your breathing slow, in and out, like the waves of time. Granny's right here, always. Sleep well, my love.